quarterback battle in the Celebration Bowl is going to be epic. The first quarterback that I'm going to touch on is a dual threat from North Carolina Central University. Let's look at what we can expect from the Eagles quarterback in this game right after this. You know it's your favorite coach back at it again. 10 toes down, about to tell you how it all went down. This is Tomorrow Leader Sports Network with your host, Coach Walker. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can get all upcoming videos. For all my leaders out there, welcome back. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know the routine. If you haven't done so already, please like, comment, and share these videos. And tap in a friend or two and tell them to come on in. It's nothing but positive vibes. We're just having a good time talking about HBCU sports. Don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms. The links are listed down below in the description. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump on in this thing and get straight to it. But first, remember one thing. If you have not done so already, please turn on all post notifications so that when Coach drop new videos, you get that content immediately. You get alerted. Coach has put up a new video. Come on over and check it out. Share it with a friend and tell another friend to come on in. But guys, we're going to go ahead and tap on in this right now and get down to what can we expect from the North Carolina Central quarterback in this Celebration Bowl. The Celebration Bowl is 10 days away. And there's a few of these athletes that we have not talked about, in which I want to touch on the quarterback for North Carolina Central to get an understanding of what exactly we can expect from him in this Celebration Bowl. Now, I'm going to tell you this right now. This young man is the MEAC Offensive Player of the Year, none other than Davius Richard, dual threat quarterback from North Carolina Central University. This young man packs a mean punch out there on the field when he toting that ball, and not only that, he can throw that bad boy a ton as well. Now, the Eagles offense will go as far as Richards take them. Why do I say that? It's because looking at this young man, from what all he was able to do out there on the field, this young man not only can throw it, but he can run it as well. This young man's stats is nothing to sneeze at. And this young man threw the ball 291 times, completing 184 for 2,486 yards, 24 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. Now, keep in mind one thing. This young man was the leading receiver on their offense. That's right, guys. This young man ran the ball in the season 108 times for 691 yards, 13 touchdowns. Now, check this out. This young man was averaging 6.4 yards per carry. Yes. So that means that offensive line is opening that thing up like the Red Sea, making sure he got those lanes to take off when he needs to run the ball. Now, one thing the Eagles would do, they definitely would run the ball to their strong side. If they have an overload on one side of the ball, that is the side that they're running to. Not like how we've seen many times throughout the season where they have max protection, max blocking on one side, and then the running back can take off and run the ball the opposite direction. No, they're running into the teeth of that daggone protection, making sure that they got those linemen, those tight ends, and the receivers over there blocking, opening up those lanes for them to take off up the field. Not only that, but you already know, coach is trying to get you accustomed to seeing a particular thing for them to come back and hit you on the other side of the field when you least expect. Not only will they run the ball like that, but they love to run RPO as well. Richards will ride that ball up into that running back, pull that bad boy out. If everybody sink in on that running back, guess who's coming out the back door? None other than Richard. And by the time you look up, Richard is down the field anywhere from 7 to 10 yards. So I'm hoping Jackson State is keeping a linebacker out there that's going to be spying to see where Richard go. Because if you don't, and you commit too soon up into that interior line of scrimmage, thinking you about to break through into that backfield, it's going to be tough sledding in this game. Trust me. North Carolina Central is going to be looking to see how they can neutralize Jackson State's speed and aggressiveness with running the ball. Yes, they do have some running backs on that team that can tote it as well. And we'll talk about them later on in the video. But one thing I want y'all to keep in mind is this. The Eagles do use their tight ends in their pass game. And not only that, Richard has 4 receivers out there on the field. Well, actually, it's 5 because there's 2 Smiths out there that he can use as well as the tight end as well, in which those targets out there on the field, they ain't got no problems catching no passes from him. The targets that he's going to be throwing to is none other than Hicks, Davis, Smith, McCall, and Smith. Trust me, Richard's going to look to get that ball out quick and fast to the receivers as they're breaking their routes, throwing them open to allow them to get those extra yards to run up and down the field on opposing teams' defenses. He's not going to be afraid to take chances throwing that ball over the top to his receivers because their receivers, they'll go up and get the ball. They're not afraid. They are not afraid of the challenge. Matter of fact, they invite you to come challenge them because guess what? They're going to let you know that they're the best athlete out there on the field. And there's not a daggone thing you can do when it comes to trying to shut them down from catching the pass. Now, if Richard is able to stay clean in that pocket, which I've seen his offensive line keep him upright throughout the game, he's going to pick you apart. He's going to be able to sit back there and decide exactly what it is that he wants to do. If he want to take off up the field, if he want to take off up the field, if no one's open, or if by chance he wants to go ahead and one of the receivers want to start working back towards him, he'll go ahead and throw the ball down the field to that receiver to keep those chains moving. One thing for certain is this: Jackson State definitely going to have to make sure that the defensive backs is ready to cover because North Carolina Central is going to throw a lot of different things at Jackson State. And remember one thing, those receivers for the North Carolina Central Eagles, they don't have a problem with going man against nobody. So Jackson State going to play man. This is going to be a nice game to watch out here on the field. Last but not least, I think I did state that Rich can make all of the throws out there on the field. And again, they love to use the tight end, especially around down by the goal line. So if by chance you see that tight end leak out on a quick out route, guess what? He about to dump it to him. He's going to be wide open because know what? Nobody's paying him no attention. And that's another thing that Jackson State's definitely going to need to make sure that they're paying attention to him as well. Trust that Richard is not going to back down on testing the Jackson State Tigers defensive backs in this game. As I stated before, North Carolina Central will go as far as Richard takes them. Richard has no problem with putting his team on his back to position them to get this win against the Jackson State Tigers in the Celebration Bowl. Trust and believe, it's going to be some fireworks in this game between the Jackson State quarterback of QB1, Shilo Sanders, against none other than Davius Richard, MEAC Offensive Player of the Year. As I stated before, North Carolina Central University will go as far as Davius Richard takes them. I look forward to talking about Shilo Sanders, QB1 of the Jackson State Tigers football team, what he's looking to bring to this Celebration Bowl game against the North Carolina Central Eagles defense. Till next time, be the one and lead.